Hey, hey, hey. Hope everyone is doing well today. I don't know if I'm too quiet. So you notice I'm trying a different background today. If you know that, if you follow me on Facebook, you know that I have been packing house and I am moving in about 2 weeks. So everything is a bit crazy, especially upstairs. This is probably the only room that is not completely crazy. Let me check that I'm live properly anyway. Let me see. Hold on. Anyway, hope you're well. If you come on while I'm here, say hello. It's going to be a quick one. I thought I'd make my video for this week straight on Facebook today. Oh, there we go. So let's see. Is it working? Today, if you know that. Okay, it's working. Time delay, but it's working. Good, good, good. Anyway, hope you're doing well. It's Friday. I thought I'll jump on quickly today. Seeing as we're coming to the end of the month, and for me, that feels like it's the start of, I guess, a new month, a new season, a new period, especially as well as we're going into September when, you know, school's coming back in session and all of that. Just to talk today about budget percentages and, you know, my recommendation and tips. These are things that I've picked up on over the years from different sources, as well as that I've found helpful for me as well in terms of deciding how much to put in different categories. I feel like if you have this down, then you're probably going to be in a good place, and it's a good foundation to start with, trying to get my position right. But anyway, that's the whole point of this. So how much you should be looking to have in each different budget category, that's what I want to talk about today. And like I said, I'm going to keep it quick. No, don't have anyone on yet because of course it's the middle of the day. I'm not expecting anyone to come on, but if you do watch this on replay, comment replay to let me know that you're catching it on replay, or if anyone does come on live, let me know you're watching it live as well. Okay, enough waffling. So it's the end of a new month, we're going into September. First of all, do you have your budget ready yet? Do you have your budget ready for the month that we're about to start? I hope you do. If you haven't and you're not sure where to start, I will probably link in here below a link to my first video on how to start a budget to get you started as well. But so talking about percentages, so if you consider your whole income as 100%, what I would recommend is, can you find a way to leave off between 70 and the maximum 80% of your budget, so that you're not living off everything you have coming in getting spent straight away. If you can try to live within 70 to 80% of your income, I mean sort of in the day-to-day amount, that would be a fantastic place to start. So have a look at your budget. Hi, Louise. You don't have to see anything, but yeah, let me know if you're watching this live. I can see you watching it live. Say hello, is what I'm trying to say. So can you live off just 70 to 80% of your income? That is a good first place to start. Have a look at that, see if you can make that happen. It's going to be quite generic because of course we all have different amounts, and what that amount is going to be is different. So 70% to 80% at the other end. So once you have that set out, I'm just getting my notes. So you have that in place. I think for most of us, the biggest outgoing is probably rent or mortgage. So housing essentially is the biggest place that we spend money in. Could you get your rent or mortgage or whatever it is for you to be no more than 25 to 30% of your income? I think if it's more than that, you are probably making it harder for yourself to have money put aside for all the other things that you're going to need to do. So if your rent or mortgage is more than 25 to 30%, maybe sit down and have a look at that and see whether there's something you could do. to make that amount come down, because from all the information that I've gathered over the years and what I've tried to implement for myself as well, that seems to be like a good amount to have it on. So we're talking about a quarter, okay? And then you will have sort of the rest of that to go towards that. So 25 to 30%. So if you are living off 70 to 80% in total on a month-to-month basis, that means you will have, let's see, can we do the maths, anywhere between 35 to 40% left for everything else that you need to do. I'm not going to talk about you know, food and clothing and bills, but you'd have that 35 to 40% left to then go towards all of that. I'm not going to talk any more about that 35 to 40% today. I can talk about that another day. But let's say you've managed to live within 70 to 80% of your income in total. You should have left anywhere between 20 to 30% to put towards other things. So other things I'm thinking about, your emergency fund. Hopefully you know what that means. Otherwise, go ahead and watch my video on starting a budget where I talk about what is an emergency fund and what that is meant to be for. So I would recommend you put between 5 to 10% of your income towards that emergency fund. That I recommend having that set up as a direct debit, standing order even, so that it doesn't sit in your account, it goes out as soon as it comes in. I said this was going to be a quick video. What am I like? So 5 to 10% of your income, what you have left after everything you're living on a day-to-day basis, going towards emergency fund. If you have any debt, so student loans, car debt, any kind of debt that you have, can you arrange for 5 to 10% to go towards that? Especially if it's one that's gathering interest as well. You should be able to do that, at least making the minimum payments that need to be done, at least that going towards it. I think that making those minimum payments are essential and a crucial part of what I would count as a necessity within the budget. So 5 to 10% going towards that. This is quite an important one, I think. Investments. So this is money that you are putting aside for the future. This is money that you're not going to touch. This is different from the emergency fund, which is money that you're going to spend if there's an emergency, obviously, as the name suggests. But what you put into an investment is money that you're going to pretend is not even there. That is money that you're sending away to work for you. Because what I have learned and found that constantly working for money, it's a cycle that's had to come out of. It is wise to have some of that money working for you as well. So that 5 to 10% class as investment, that is money that you're going to be putting either money to work for you in investment, like in stocks, shares, or anything like that. Or that could also be money that you invest in yourself to improve your knowledge in terms of money management, or anything that you feel like would be beneficial to yourself investment wise, that's going to give returns. I think that's quite important as well, to have that set aside, automated, so it goes every month. You don't get tempted to not invest into it. And then the final one, which, I don't know if it's for everybody, but I think this is quite a good thing as well, good for the well-being, money that you put aside every month for charity and for donation. So whether that be like any charity that's set up that you want to have a direct debit go towards, or something a bit more one-to-one personal, someone who needs help, that sort of, again, 5 to 10% as well, that you can put aside every month. Because what that does, not only is it good for well-being, but it's a reminder as well for ourselves about how fortunate we are, and there are people who are in a position where possibly worse off than we are. And that's just something to get into a good habit of. I'm just looking down my note, but yeah. So to summarize, what percentages to go towards different amounts. Try to live off between 70 to 80% of your income. Try to not get in the habit of spending everything every month. That is the situation that makes you quite vulnerable to, you know, things changing, because things do change. We never know what's around the corner. And if you are not living, you know, right on the edge of your means from month to month, that is a good place to be. Have rent, not rent. So by rent, I mean, you know, rent if you're renting, or mortgage if you own your house, to not be more than 25 to 30% of your total income. And then have money going out monthly for an emergency fund between 5 to 10%. If you have any debt, make sure that, you know, the minimum payments are being made, about 5 to 10% again going towards that. Investment, money that you're sending out to work for you monthly, so investing for the future. And then finally, charity and donations. Okay, I'm gonna keep it short. Hi Ruth, I see you here as well. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna dash off now and try and end this. But anyway, talk to you soon. Have a good weekend, by the way. It's nearly the weekend. Have a really, really good time. We are going to continue packing here, and it's messy, it's crazy. So we're going to continue packing the rest of the weekend, and just pausing for food and packing again. If you have any tips, let me know. I've been watching lots of videos on how to make packing as easy as possible. It's what can I say, needs to be done. But anyway, I'll stop talking now. Take care, bye bye.